Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Swindon Lot. So after yesterday's sort of dreadful episode, we're going to bring you a better episode. It's going to be the transfer special, and we have 8.81 million to spend. Now, on the outs, I doubt many people will leave. If we look at the contracts of a few of our guys, there's a few guys with relatively big contracts, but Premier League contracts, certainly not. Our wage budget is still way below anything else in the division, I'm sure. So on the outs, it's unlikely. Players like Kike we might consider moving on, as well as a couple of others that we're just not playing. But everything's going relatively well with the squad, so it's not like I need to make any drastic changes. But we do need to strengthen. So I've been looking at the search thing, and I've been looking for players that are expiring in 6 months' time. Now, a lot of the players that are well, this is a list of players that aren't interested, basically, because if you click realistic, all these players disappear, but I don't really want them to. As if Kagawa is still interested. I doubt he is. I'm just going to do this now to open up the episode. See, that's daft, as we know. So I did limit the wage down, but that really didn't produce any quality additions. Now, if you've been watching the Swindon Lot for a while now, you'll know that I don't like to bring players in that I don't think will actually enhance our squad. Because I feel like I can do that in the summer, which is what I tend to do every time. Like, I don't know if you can find this out. If we just take a quick look at our transfer history, this will give you a good understanding of why I don't really bring players in the January. So this year, obviously not, Ben, because this is this year. But last year, obviously, we just brought in one guy. Lewis Grabban came in, did a job for us. And the year before that, another Premier League year, we just brought in one guy. It wasn't a major transfer because we do all our business in the summer, is the general point. And the year before that, again, just got a reloan of Jack Stevens, and that's all we've done. So in total, 3 years in, we've made 3 January acquisitions, but at the same time, we've never had 8 million to spend on some key additions to the squad. So what I'll do is I'll bring you updates as they happen. Maybe we'll get a Hazard, a Pogba, a Messi, and Neymar in. Who knows? Or maybe we'll sign Sonogo on loan or something. So the first bit of action in the transfer window is a £5.5 million bid for Susi. Now, if you don't remember, if you're new, which you may well be, I did an Norwich save where we got in Sun Tzu, and it named him Susi because I kept saying Sun Tzu wrong, so Susi it is. And I'm trying to negotiate a contract with him. The problem I've got is that the agent fee is locked. I keep going back to choose existing terms to try and get him in, and then it keeps locking it at $950,000 for the agent fee. So I don't really know what to do. I'm a bit of a stalemate. I think this is probably going to be the last time I try and offer it. Like, it's not like I'm offering like a little fee, is it? I'm offering quite a big fee for the agent. Maybe if we do that and remove it says avoid relegation from League One. He won't be in League One, so I think that's a bit of a problem. And see, again, look, locks it in at 900k, and there's nothing I can do about it. And they're going to obviously say, look, do this deal like this, or he's not signing. I've got it in 5.5 million. It's 3 million up front, and then 2.5-ish over a period of months, 42 months, I think it is. So I'm not really sure what to do. A bit of a loss. This is going to be the last time I try and negotiate this because there's not a great deal I can do, sadly. I don't know why that's in the contract. And he's cool with it. So I've offered him quite a big deal there, but if you look at... I'm going back... Oh, hang on. Your offer's not been finalised. Do you want to send it before you leave this page? Yes. If you look at Susi's stats, he's a physical weapon. Like, he's very, very good. Tackling's very good. Marking's very good. Heading's very good. And his mental stats as well, really, really solid for the division. 28 years old, questionable if I could get someone else a bit younger in who can do a job, but if I want him for a couple of years to then take us to the next level, he's probably going to be the kind of guy that we need to bring in. Anyway, moving on, I've got a game against West Ham and Leicester coming up. If I make any more moves in the transfer window, any other moves, I think that's what I was trying to say, and I went with mother moves. Yeah, I'll let you know, so in a moment. I've done this in previous transfer specials. I'm just going to give you the results as they happen. We've got a 0-0 West Ham. West Ham kind of in and around us, really, so it's disappointing not to win. Again, we keep having these games. Very even game. So, yeah, on to the next one. Leicester. Trying to still work on the Susi deal. We're having to wait for a work permit, which I think I'm still on the 18th, so I'll let you know what happens after that. I was completely wrong. I thought it was the 18th. Turns out it was the next day after I'd recorded that bit. So he's coming in on a £5.5 million deal. It's going to take 4.3 million away, so half the budget, but I do feel like we need another strong centre-back. Like, we've got Maloka, who's good. I may now switch Maloka to be just our third defender. Like, he's very good, but he's not exactly on the incline. On the incline? On the upcline. He's declining. Slowly. Same age as Sun Tzu, but just not as good as Sun Tzu. Quick, can fill in at right back, but just we've got a better quality of player now, and that's what's important. So another game in the bags, and it's not one that I'm very pleased with. As you can see, Leicester have got like quite a stacked team. Kalou, Ben Arfa and De Jong. Sim De Jong getting the goals. We've just been beaten 5-0. Not very happy about it. Their team is somewhat ridiculous, though. Like, as I say, they've got some really good players. Charlie Austin, Kalu, Ashley Young, Antonio Valencia, Sila, Ben Arthur, Giovinco is on their bench, Bertrand, Callas. Like, they've got a really good team. And yeah, I'm dropping Lucas Boy. That's pretty much what we've garnered from that. So, not a transfer to talk about, but another game in the bag, and we've just come back from 2-0 down and scored a 92nd minute equaliser. I don't know what's going on. We're just not winning games. Luckily, we're still 7 points clear of the drop, but they do have a game in hand on me, so I'm a little bit nervous about it, really, because the games we should be getting points from, we're not doing. Norwich is obviously a huge game next. There are 3 away games in a row. Actually, Forest will be another one. So, yeah, hopefully, if we win the Norwich game, everything will look a little bit more rosy. So we're winning against Norwich 3-1, and that puts us up to 13th. Obviously, the pack there is a little bit crazy. Up to 9th, where Leicester are, all the way down to arguably Forest. Very, very tight. So we could finish anywhere within there, really. A really important win, though. Lose that, and we're in big, big trouble. Not that many moves going on in the transfer market. Not that many to talk of. Still, the only 2 ins of note have an agenda. If you didn't watch last episode, I don't think I've even mentioned these. If you didn't watch last episode, you'll be behind. They're both coming on frees. I can't actually buy either of them. Neither of them are willing to be let go by their current clubs, but we get them both on a free in the summer, and there'll be an improvement on Kike and Danny Graham and players like that. Still really want a central midfielder. Obviously, we've brought Sun Tzu in, but I think a really quality central midfielder would be good. Although, speaking of central midfielders, Ryan Mason has come back into the team at long last. He's had a long spell out with injury. He's probably going to go as a free at the end of the season, funnily enough. So that's the big position next season in the summer we'll be strengthening in. I'm not sure if this is good news or bad news, really. We've just got a 2-2 draw in the FA Cup. So we're still in the FA Cup, and we were 2-0 down. Kike and a Danny Rose own goal brought it back for us. I think it was Asom Bolonga and Jordan Rhodes. Yeah, it was. Got the goals for Forest. I know one man in particular who will like that. So yeah, we're still in the competition, but a replay, it's always a bit, isn't it? So it is transfer deadline day, and I'm still actively looking for a central midfielder. I don't really know who we're going to bring in. I've been looking at people under £20,000 a week, just because I think if we do it that way, we're not going to overpay someone massively, and we're going to get someone in. I just want someone creative, but at the same time, we'll add something to the team. I was looking at Karachan. I've not scouted him, but I was looking at him as maybe a potential signing. But 28 years old, a lot of value in his transfer. I'm sorry, not a lot of value in his transfer because he's so expensive. So I'm not really sure who we want to bring in. Someone, I don't know, maybe someone from the Belgian leagues or the Dutch leagues that we can look for. I'm going to keep having a little look, and hopefully before deadline day shuts, bang closed, or whatever it is. I don't know what the phrase they use anymore. Sky Sports have ruined me. Yeah, we'll hopefully have brought someone in. So if we do, you'll be the first to know. Right, this was going to be my final bit of business, but his work permit was rejected. I'm going to call him Luca for the sake of this. He was a central midfielder from Anderlecht who was so well-rounded, it was ridiculous. Not a stat below 10. That's how good he was. And his work permit failed twice. 26 years of age. I'm a bit gutted because I was going to be like, oh, and this is who we've brought in. And it turns out, with not long to go in the transfer deadline, I'm not bringing him in. So I might just look for a loan deal. We haven't got that many loan players in the squad. We've only got a couple. We've got Bonnet and Harry Wilson. So that might be the way we go with this. I feel like I've got an announcement to make. Shinji Kagawa is coming in on loan till the end of the season. I'm not paying any of his wage, but I am paying £145,000 per month, which I think is quite a good deal. That works out about 35 grand a week. So do you know what? I can't really complain. Fine with it. Shinji Kagawa, he's still pretty good, is our big name signing. Who knew? I did, and then I told you. So there it is, look. Shinji Kagawa is coming to Swindon. Oh my word. There it is, folks. He's in the van. And that pretty much concludes. I'm not going to do anything else in the transfer window. Apart from Shinji, we've brought in Susi. So we brought in Susi and Shinji. That's not going to be confusing this year at all. And aside from that, not much else happened. Kike's annoyed he didn't get a move, but nobody wants your Kike. Nobody wants you. If anyone in the comments section would like Kike, if you could do a small ad for someone of Kike's ability, then I'll see what I can do and we can move them on to you. The best small ad comment will win comment of the week. Yeah, I might have just made that up. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the transfer special and you're excited by Shinji Kagawa, let me know how good you think he'll be for me. Then do like the video. And if you enjoy more of this stuff, video stuff, then subscribe to the channel. So from me, Dr. Benji, thank you very, very, very much for watching. And goodbye.